DHL, and Pay Safeguard.
Welcome back to Birmingham for live coverage of ESL One Birmingham, the UK's first ever major at all, across any game ever, for $1 million in Dota 2 no less as well. And we're looking forward to more action in our Group A matches right now. As a reminder for you, over on the Stream B, Evil Geniuses have just kicked off game number 2 against Spirit. That one is 1-0 to Spirit right now. EG in all sorts of trouble in that game. And of course, that is the elimination match. So if they lose that one, they are done on day one. That would be absolutely astonishing for a team looking for points in the DPC. We're back here at the main panel once more with Nahaz and Blitz as we look forward to game number 2. If you're just joining us, Virtus.pro, a very dominant first game over Fnatic, and the draft will be along very shortly. But before it's along, I thought, you know, since it's a British major, boys, since it's our first time in the UK, I thought, why not put the boys to the test? We go around the world, we travel a lot, we experience different cultures and cuisines and religions, and it's all really interesting. We get this, you know, kind of a flavour of everywhere, right? And I thought, what better way than to bring you boys to the UK and see what your English accent would be like? How good is your English? How good is your English slang?
Well, when I took my permanent residency exam in Canada, the only part that I failed was the spelling, because apparently you have to put U's in everything.
We spell things properly.
Mold is spelled with a U.
Like colour.
What?
Yes, like aluminium. We spell them properly here.
How is that? How do you get aluminium from that spelling of that metal?
You call it aluminum, which is
how it's spelled?
Well, it is where you are, yes. But let's try some accents. Are you ready? Core blimey, governor. Those Virtus.pro blokes are amazing.
Will, do you want to take this?
Come on, Will, do it for me.
It's very paying, my chav.
No,
What? Those are the words that I learned backstage.
I'm done.
I know hench now. I know peng.
What? Oh, come on, English.
I sound as Californian as it gets.
You could try.
As
Core
good as it
blimey,
gets for me.
governor.
Core blimey, governor. Those
See, that's quite good. Nice. I
good.
like that. Well done. Yeah, those Virtus.pro blokes, they're amazing. No, I'm so trying to set up. This is Phil, my producer, in my ear now. I'm feeling like I'm Australian suddenly. I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be the English guy on the panel. Anyway, enough of the nonsense. Game 2. Got to see something better from Fnatic this time round, Will, surely.
I don't know if they're going to get the opportunity, though.
You think Virtus.pro just got too much for them here?
I think VP are feeling themselves right now. They know they're the best team. They know that they're really good. There's no LGD here to contest them. Liquid is already in the lower bracket. What are they worried about? They're against a Fnatic team that they feel very comfortable against, as evidenced by the
I'm going to give you the one enemy that Virtus.pro are scared of. Themselves.
Oh, that was a silly answer.
Oh, boy.
I didn't like that.
Oh, boy.
I didn't like that at all.
They are their own worst enemies, aren't they?
Sports tropes that you
Come
could
on.
out right there.
It's like the Golden State Warriors can only lose to themselves.
In all seriousness, though, the way VP play, they are a team that if they are even a little better, and they're a lot better than most teams, but if they are even a little better than you, they're going to make you look really bad because of the way that they play the game.
Exactly.
So what are we expecting then for draft number 2?
I think you need more aggression on the side of Fnatic. I think what they probably learned from this game is they need to be able to fight.
I think it's being able to fight. It's also I would stay away from, unless you have a really, really good Roshing lineup, I think you need to stay away from cooldown reliance on the side of Fnatic. And I think you need Abed, as I said, the very last thing in that last segment. I think you need Abed on a hero that can win you the game. I mean, in the last game, you had no one on a Queen of Pain that had Veil, Orchid, BKB at 22 minutes. So what are you going to do against that?
So what's that right hero for Abed?
The right heroes, he still plays a lot of the classic mids, a lot of the TAs, Invokers, Tinkers. He plays a decent Queen of Pain. That's the hero that got him to 10k MMR. I think he needs to be on one of those players. You can't put him on a Razor or a Viper against a team like VP.
Is the problem, though, that all of those are situational?
Well, sure, but I mean,
based
most heroes are.
But what you can get out of the draft. They're going to need to work the whole draft around getting him that right hero, aren't they?
Yes.
Is that too much to ask against a team like Virtus.pro, who are very notoriously difficult to draft against?
It's a very big ask, but I think it's your best path to victory.
Okay, we're going to get into that second draft right now. bans from Night Stalker and the Wisp on the Fnatic side thus far. Will, what do you want to see from Virtus.pro here? Bear in mind, you know, you've said about the strengths of the team and everything else, but so what do you want to see him play? Do you want to see him play, like, bust out something brand new that we haven't seen, maybe something they've scrimmed with?
No.
You didn't want to see anything new?
No.
Just steady old, no
Just win
problem
this.
Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
Just go 2-0, tip, all chat, be yourselves.
Yeah.
Plenty of tipping going on in the first game, that's for sure.
I would like to see the Disruptor again for them, as always. I think that Virtus.pro is the best Disruptor team of all time. They make this hero look so good in the hands of Solo.
I don't think it's even close with what they've managed to do in the last 6 months with that hero.
Yeah, a lot of teams have moved away from it. I think Newbie one of those teams that loved that hero.
When you're this good, though, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't have to be in the meta necessarily. Other teams don't have to play it.
Yeah.
You have to play it.
Yeah. I think it's a shame Fnatic, I believe having second pick here, have to ban the Wisp in the first phase, because I felt like that was a hero that they could get. Tusk really, after the nerfs, probably not going to see that. Let's see the Sand King, though, on the side of Fnatic for DJ.
All right, first pick Lash for Virtus.pro.
Okay, so you immediately start to think about the Nyx Assassin for Fnatic, and again, as long as you can pick Nyx Assassin and have it do something for you, even if the Lesh is support, it's very good. And this is an SEA team, and that's the region where you see Nyx played the best. Okay, this is their other big lane stabilizing support, and Beastmaster, for all he was 2 wins, 13 losses at MDL, but both teams valuing him highly for here.
Yep. Played very well in that first game, of course, for Virtus.pro, who this time round go for the Bane, which was banned last time, I believe.
You want to talk about, so right behind the Disruptor, the other signature hero for Solo has been this Bane.
Yeah.
And again, he's able to control his lane so well, and with so many of these spread damage cores so big in the meta right now, your Medusas, your Gyrocopter, those heroes get enfeebled, and all of a sudden they're doing 0 damage.
It's the Kunkka ban, a hero I was really hoping to see at some point. I think that hero's so fun. It's like, you don't know if you're just going to get crit at the last second for like 2,000 damage, your entire team just does.
I mean, the level 20 talent.
Yeah. We were playing with Yanni's in the Battle Cup recently. It was like he was Pudge with like 4k health, and he was just getting crit with Blade Mail on, just dying instantly. It was good times.
Does that lean Virtus.pro more towards potentially going for the Gyro here?
I mean, they could also set up for something like the DK, because that's what the Kunkka's nice against.
Yeah.
It was banned from them, I believe, last game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that's been the other big no one hero recently.
Yeah. There's a Baden Bandera.
They've even run the DK safe lane a couple times.
Yep.
What is it? The Abaddon ban is unusual here from Fnatic. I guess it
counters,
does counter the BM. Yep.
Yeah. Counters the Beastmaster. And it's nice because you can dispel the Warlock stuff.
But this is interesting. The Warlock was a key piece of how Fnatic beat EG. The Warlock in the safe lane together with that Eternal Envy Spectre. And it just felt like Fnatic put themselves in a situation in that game where their lane would get pushed and you were just ending up feeding Spectre farm underneath the zone tier 2.
Is that a Lycan ban?
Yes.
Yeah. Just about to see it from here. My eyesight's definitely failing me.
It happens.
Yeah, with age. And a lifestealer ban on the other side for Fnatic. So, second phase picks.
Boy, so Keeper Warlock feels like a really awkward support duo, but okay, they'll go back to the DJ Tusk. I love it. It's his best hero. He's probably the best Tusk player in the world right now. Really no probably to it. 11-2 since March 1st on that hero in competitive play. And
I'm not even good at math, Nahaz, and I know that's good stats.
Will knows good stats when he hears them.
11-2. That one number is a lot larger than the other. Well done. Stats, man.
That's top level analysis.
The magic
top
of,
level analysis right here on
the
this
magic
panel.
of numbers.
Yeah.
What a world, guys.
What a time to be alive.
Well, it definitely leaves open the possibility with Fnatic's 3 through 5 shown. Definitely leaves open the possibility that this Leshrac will be core.
Yeah.
And I like the hero. Again, the stats say that the hero is vastly better as a core
yeah.
than a support.
Virtus.pro, though, taking some time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the Tusk pick may have caught them a little off guard because with the nerfs to the hero, he has fallen a bit out of favor.
I think it's still a powerful hero. Yanni was just telling me, like, when he plays it, still feels really good. I mean, that guy plays Pudge, so who knows? But it's like Pudge is garbage.
Garbage.
But that's an ET.
Yeah, something they've also run.
I like it
a fair few times.
Yeah, and one of the heroes that LGD has used so successfully at dealing with the Beastmaster aggressive dual lane. And it can be run in an aggressive lane itself.
Yeah. Haven't run it since 7.1.1, so it's been a little time, a couple of months.
It is a hero that Rogers had some reps on in the past.
Yeah.
And even that's another thing that we don't talk about a lot about VP, but even Pasha will play some traditionally support role heroes in the offlane role. He's played offlane Shadow Demon, and I think offlane Elder Titan is in Pasha's toolkit as well if they want to mix things up toward the tail end of the draft.
Yeah, just looking through Rogers' heroes. Regardless of team, he's played DET 14 times in pro play, so not a huge amount, but it's in amongst many others that he's played 14 or 15 times, along with the Tusk and the Witch Doctor and everything else. It's been a couple of months since they played it themselves, last time against Pain, which they won, which was at WESG.
So I'd really like to see them pick something very, very stable for Envy here. Like, I think you could even go for a Razor or a Viper for Envy, and then set up, leave yourself as open as possible going into the 5th pick for Abed. Doesn't feel like a great Terrorblade game, but I could see that. I'm going back to that.
for Fnatic.
Yeah.
Isn't TB?
Oh, Spectre, okay.
Doesn't TB Lesh destroy? Doesn't Lesh ET destroy TB?
Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean in a lot of situations, but not necessarily. I've seen them run it.
Yeah, Spectre is fairly. I mean, we probably could have caught this one because they've played this a few times with.
Well, this is the dual lane, right?
Yeah.
Right. This is the. It's just very, very hard to pressure that lane.
That was with an IO last time. What are they going to come up with this time? Obviously, they have the Tusk as the other support, assuming that the Tusk Warlock is the support duo. Beastmaster off lane.
If VP sees this, I take Slark.
You think you take Slark now?
Into the Spectre.
Yeah, I think you take Slark.
Okay, it's interesting because Spectre has risen in the meta largely as a counter pick to Slark.
I like the Slunk.
I think
So why do you want the Fish Boy here?
I don't know. I like it against Beastmaster. I think it eats Warlock.
Okay. Would you rather take it here and not risk it being banned? Do you think it's a high likely ban for 6?
Maybe.
Or do you think that Fnatic wouldn't telegraph that and they'd let it through?
Again, if it's any team other than VP, I feel like Fnatic is almost baiting the Slark here.
Yeah.
But VP just don't care. Okay, and there's the Pasha Omni Knight.
Wait, is that a Pasha Omni? That means that's a no one Lesh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, core Lesh.
Mean no move.
They could do one position Omni as well.
They've shown this in the past with the Ramsey safe lane Omni, but I don't know. Do you see anything in this game that makes safe lane Omni particularly good?
Oh no, probably not. Could also do like MK. Just body the Beastmaster.
I like that a lot.
Oh, you know who'd be fun? If you did like Timber or something.
Huh.
Like, would anything from Fnatic really kill you?
Certainly not yet.
Yo, look, they banned Slark.
Yep.
See, Alan?
There's a lot of disagreement about that matchup, honestly. And the big thing, right, I think for Spectre to really fully counter Slark, the Slark team has to be reliant on like an AoE initiator that gets screwed by Haunt Radiance.
I'm pretty sure Slark doesn't care about Tusk, Warlock, or Beastmaster.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
It's like, if you're Beastmaster, you hate playing against Slark. It's like one of the least favorite things. You can't get out of his pounce. When you roar, if you reactively roar, he'll just time. It's so easy to see the animation when you're a Slark. You'll kill him in that time period too. And if you don't kill him in the time period of your dispersion, you just use your ult. Was it Dark Pact? You should kill him.
So, what do you think? Is Corlesh enough of a building hitter, or do we need like a Ramses Jug or Troll here? Maybe even Luna.
If I'm VP...
Or do you just BM Brood? Okay, no. All right.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, that was an earlier one we called out with the Conquer Ban at 4. They do go with the Gyro.
And it's just interesting
final pick?
how many ideas here are being borrowed, right? That safe lane Gyro is a counter to the Beastmaster aggro duel.
Don't Fnatic take some here like Tinker or something?
Yeah, you have to pick a. Yeah, I think it's Tinker, TA, or Invoker. Maybe
like
like an
Invoker here.
maybe like an Ember.
I don't know, maybe Tinker's greedy. If they didn't have Spec, I would advocate for a hero like Tinker, because I don't think VP have a lot of catch for that hero right now. And Abed's a very good TK player.
Yes, he is.
It's like, I think you need a hero that like misdirects a lot.
Yeah, a mobility-focused hero that... Wait a minute. No, okay, they banned the Storm. All right. Sensible. Oh,
Oh,
no.
this game they take the Viper. That's cool.
Well, it makes a lot of sense on paper. Again, though, I just don't think it's... I don't think it's how you want to play against VP.
I sense some disappointment from our panel members.
I wanted to see a game that Abed could carry, and again, the Viper pick makes a lot of sense from a theory crafting perspective. It's just, it's not how I think you need to draft as Fnatic to beat Virtus.pro.
Well,
So you're going with VP?
I'll go VP.
I'll take Fnatic.
All right.
just to be different, or
Why not?
I mean, it's your choice.
I'm a Maverick.
You are. You're out there. You're so wild. You're just wild. I can't control them on this panel. They're out of control. I tell you, the two men who aren't out of control, though, they are very firmly in control, is our commentary team, who, by the way, have at least one British passport between them.
I'll deny that to my grave.
Do you have one?
I will deny that to my grave.
Almost got him. Almost got him to do it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of my passports is expired.
Okay.
You can guess
Fair
which
enough.
one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's talk about real things, which actually
How's that
matter.
not real? That's real.
This game matters, all right? So, lineup from Fnatic. Nahaz was asking for something from Abed, which would be able to carry the game. I was kind of hoping you'd actually have something from Fnatic that could set a tempo in this game that wouldn't just rely on fighting 5-5, because you were saying it very, very early on in the draft, the ET and the Leshrac together just seem to have this all-powerful damage pop combination.
Yeah.
And how do you take a 5-man fight against that, even if you have something like a Warlock, which is meant to be like a great intimidation factor around fights? We saw how much VP respected that with the Tidehunter Ravage in game one.
I think probably the big, and I don't want to put so much pressure on the man, but I think DJ's got a hell of a game that he's got to do here. He has a very good potential to do so, though. This snowball could be amazing this game. He could literally snowball the call down, the ET splitter, the Fiend's Grip. A lot of these combos, he can actually prevent them in a way and allow his team to be able to take the fights, because they also have Fnatic have much better vision in this game in comparison. They're going to have the Spectre Haunt in the fights, and they're going to have Beastmaster's Hawk for the majority. So they should be able to pick and choose how they want to take the fights.
You know, with you saying that, I'm almost wishing the DJ would take the farm in the off lanes so we can get a Blink Dagger so we can actually get these abilities off.
He's going to get the farm. It's DJ.
It's DJ.
He always is incredibly farmed, even when they're losing.
Well, the Spirit is scouting. The Rune contest is already happening from Virtus.pro. So they've got Pasha working together on the off lane, and Fnatic are already backing up. So Universe is on the run. Roger It's only like he's got plus 30 damage. It's Eternal Envy, who's copping more Solo and Pasha together. The Shadow Word was used aggressively, so Envy back under the tower into safety so he can burn the salve, but he's burning a salve 12 seconds into this game.
Look, this is a very terrifying duel lane. Omni and Bane, they both heal each other and do damage at the same time, so their sustain is always going to be better. That is a really neat decision that they decided to do, to have the ET plus the Last Strike bottom. And what they're going to do is he's gone Lightning, so they can just spam. So they don't have to worry about this Beastmaster getting on top of them. They're going to keep pushing him away and keeping him low.
Yeah.
So this is a really neat approach. And dodging the Viper versus the last matchup. They put the gyro there.
Yep. Look at Pasha. He's so aggressively jumping in. Solo's cutting through the trees on the top lane to get Pylai Die underneath his tier 1 tower, dropping low. He's got 2 creeps to continue the dive with. But yeah, this is more than posturing. We saw VP through all the forms of, well, Valve influence stuff that's inside the game, like sticking it mentally to Fnatic in game 1, but in the laning phase, this game around, it's going to get even harder. And you're seeing this mid lane again going the way of no one. Look at that CS, and he's going to be right up in the face of Abed once more.
Yep. I think Abed will start to catch back up a bit, though. He did. No one did something nice there, though. He doubled up the creep wave with the flak to push into Abed. So Abed's actually missing a good amount of last hits here in the tower. I've seen him miss like 3 or 4 already. So
something he really cannot afford to do.
No, definitely not. Because the other lanes are gonna. I mean, bottom lane, Beastmaster should get some farm, but top. Like, how does Fnatic get a kill up here? It has to be with a DJ rotation. These 2 heroes, they are incredibly passive. They're all just about sustain and try to survive.
Right now, DJ is just trying to survive Roger. He doesn't have that plus damage anymore, so DJ is able to back up behind the tower. He'll salve up.
At least he's got a salve. But he's burned through all of his tangos and his salve now, and Universe only has a salve as well. So like I was mentioning, is the spam that's coming out. That's why they decided to put this Last Strike bottom with the ETs. They're throwing Spirit, they're throwing Lightning. They don't have to play, like I know Nahaz was talking about the LGD one where they use the flak, but that's a long cooldown in comparison. This is just Lightning, 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 Spirit, 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 over and over.
Yep, well they got the stun as well. Lightning not the only thing you require, plus 12 damage and the movement speed. Universe underneath the tower, the shards are out. Roger has to be pushed into the right side, into the choke point. The axes will fly forward, but Roger, he's just so tanky. He's still got 6 charges available too, but here they go, snowballing forward. They want the first blood, but the double stun from Ramses into the storm. DJ can't get it, he's one more hit. Ramses has it. They'll take the kill. Fnatic thought they had the first blood in the bag, but it just popped straight back out again. And even Universe forced back under the tower with a movement. He's got the mango available. Lightning, one more attack. The stick charges on Beastmaster give him the life to survive.
Ramses was trying to do the math too. He waited for the last moment for the mango, but now mid, DJ rolls in.
Yep, DJ's rotation. You said it'll be the critical thing, but when the rockets under Arbed, they don't have the damage to follow no one underneath the tower. But they do at least drop him down low, gives more space for Arbed to breathe in the mid lane.
Arbed can breathe, but Envy is just getting ran under his tower. He has 6 last hits.
Solo's coming as well. It's 1 point up in the brain sap. He can't do any damage back because he can just get enfeebled by Solo. So he'll dagger out. Pylai Die trying to actually use the tower just to focus on the Solo. And with the extra help of Fatal Bonds, they have the damage to bring down the Bane, but they can't kill Pasha. Meanwhile, he'll take a creep wave and a half worth of experience along the side of him. Have they got enough to slow him down? Not really. He purifies again. Bane's back into the fight, starts the enfeeble. Pasha, he just needs one more purification. It's 6 seconds off, however. That's too long to control NB4.
Solo had, I think, what was that, 5, 6 tower hits he got hit by?
They're killing bottom again.
Let's Fnatic get something out of it.
It's Roger Spirit Stomp into Ramses' level 2 Split Earth and the level 2 Lightning Storm. Universe cannot deny himself off to the trolls.
Already a devastating start for the bit. Spectre being punished. Abed, though, catching up, as we were saying. But yeah, bottom and mid, or bottom and top are quite a problem here already for Fnatic.
Yep.
They can't, I mean, like you said, Envy is just, he's unable to really farm. He's unable to get the last hits because of the build from Solo. Just, who cares about sleep? He doesn't need Nightmare in this. This is all about the aggression.
Yep. This was actually wondering too, like with the pick of the Viper, how is this meant to work? Like, how did Fnatic really think this Viper was going to just pay off for them? Was it just so they could survive and play toe to toe? Because that doesn't happen.
Oh,
no
tower?
one, maybe with the damage,
hit him
the
again.
corrosive skin, they'll actually continue to connect, and Ahmed will find the kill on no one.
Was he still the closest? Because he turned and he tried to de-aggro and it still stayed on him.
He was definitely the closest to the tower.
Ouch.
Well, not exactly the way he wanted that to go down, but at least Viper doesn't get the experience.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. But Envy still, he still has 7. I'm just watching him trying to get a poor last hit.
Highlight, I can't even get his own bounty rune. Solo just took both of them. VP actually grabbed 3 of these 4-minute bounty runes, just like game 1 again. They control the economy, they control the lanes.
Let's watch what DJ can do here.
Hoping that Tusker rotation can do something. Right now, no one. You got extra help, but it's
Roger's
coming
here.
in from Roger. Spirit Stomp into Arbed. You now go for the call down. Level 3 Rocket Barrage in Arbed. He just smells DJ. He TP'd from one side of the river to the other to try and get there in time for a snowball, but it doesn't happen.
And that's what happens when you get these early kills, right? He gets that level 6 just a bit before. Roger times the movement perfectly again this time. They're very smart the way they coordinate those ganks, just about the timings of the levels. And now, it's a similar situation as a Razor. He's a Viper in this game,
and they're going up the Universe. The Lightning slows him down to try and get him in position for the Stomp. They have a Split Earth available, so Universe began a TP. That was not going to save him. And these small charges are like infused raindrops. They just can't keep you alive against the Pulse Nova of Ramses.
Especially not when it's Pulse Nova and it's also an Elder Titan. That reduction is always going to put a big factor in to make Leshrac that much more potent.
Yeah, and this is only the early stages. Like you're 6.5 minutes in with a level 4 ET. Wait till these auras get stronger.
Exactly. I mean, the first point is very value, but yeah, it does get a lot stronger, of course.
So if you're Fnatic, how do you get this game to a position where you're happy? And I'm assuming happiness comes in the form of Eternal Envy strength.
I think level 6, literally level 6 on everybody. Again, unfortunate because of how bad the lanes go. That's pretty much the way you want to get back in the game when you have every lane kind of lose in a way. Like all 3 lanes are VP favored, so they need a Haunt with a good roar to get Envy back in the game to get a kill. Same thing, then they can use the Warlock Golem, but they have to it's playing around the course, just wait for the ultis. It's a big problem right now with the laning phase. They're gonna have to just wait till laning phase is over and then make rotations. Because DJ it's hard for him. Like I said, it's so much pressure on this poor Tusk this game.
Oh, he's trying to come up for something. The shards fly up and block Solo in perfectly. Eternal Envy, however, still having real issues getting the damage out. Enfeebled up, he does almost nothing. DJ gets a rolling boulder forward. They Nightmare Solo, creating more time for Ramses to rotate in. So Fnatic do get the kill into Eternal Envy. They'll lose DJ for it. He really is the sacrificial carrying alpaca lamb of Fnatic. Too many roles for him to hold.
I think that's like I said in the last game, when they were getting pressure 2 out in the safe lane, it almost feels like this is something they're forced to do now because Envy's not farming. So it's like, have the 2 supports with him in case they try to make a play, and hope for the best.
Yeah, call down, in towards the mid. It is onto Arbed. DJ wants to help out. He's got the snowball to save him a little bit. No one, Viper striked up, could not run away from the mid lane. So DJ and Arbed fighting underneath their own tier 1 tower. And Roger, not really able to assist anymore. He was nearby, but not there.
And DJ just instantly ported mid. It seemed like no one kind of knew, though, right? It looked like he, called down, and then he's like, wait, I think Tusk's here. And he's like, never mind, I'm in.
Yeah.
Gets caught off guard.
Oh, Ramses has now come up towards the top lane. Pylai, Die, and Envy in the neighborhood. So is Roger, the Spirit, into the Stomp. He'll catch both. The Nightmare trying to keep Envy out of the fight. Pylai, Die starts to run away. They didn't finish the job, and Envy couldn't get over the trees. They're still in range of the Pulse Nova of Ramses. He just ticks it twice, gets a kill for each tick.
So yeah, every time they see where the Tusk is, they can just play the moves on the opposite direction. They know he didn't have a TP too because he TP'd mid, so they can go for those plays. So much pressure on DJ. Universe still level 5. He's starting to get there. I think maybe with the roar into the reality from the in the Haunt with Spectre, they could look to get some pickoffs here.
Yeah.
Find some support isolated and just try to get Envy a little bit burst back.
I'm always just wondering though, if they can bring in enough damage in time. So the roar is there, but it's like every time Eternal Envy wants to go for these fights, he's having to do what he is doing right now. He's sitting in base, waiting to actually Spectral Haunt out to find the targets. If he goes into top lane, Solo's going to enfeeble him, and he'll do no damage during the first Haunt.
He's using a lot of time just sitting up in the base, though.
And they're giving space to Pylai Eye, so he can get 6.
Like I was saying, they need their 6s. The 6s are the only thing to get them back in this game right now, with how bad the lanes have gone.
Yeah.
He TP's now top, so they couldn't find a situation. He's looking for Solo.
Spectral Dagger in, but you know how much problems you've got. Your Brain Sap in, he's still got Nightmare to delay the attacks of Fnatic. Fatal Bonds was connecting him up, but Roger arrives. Pasha brings the heals. Switching off the bottom lane, and Ramses is already there, so Universe may feel he'll get this 10-minute rune on bottom, but I think no, the stun won't land from Ramses, so he won't die to this. But they're contesting everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Invis DJ.
Universe is 6 now, so this could be the when they look for the play. He was jungling for it to get it, so Ramses is going to be smart though and back off to the jungle.
Yeah. They look towards the mid instead.
Yeah.
They need Roger just to inch a little bit further forward. They didn't actually see the Invis room being picked up by DJ. There's no observer wards from VP watching this area. But they weren't so lucky. So DJ will scout out no one who's just farming up inside the jungle. And they get no extra information beyond this.
He doesn't see the smoke on the left side there. It's pretty close for DJ to be able to see it, but not quite there yet. And is that solo level 6? Of course it is. The tome is out. He doesn't have boots. He doesn't need them right now. He's a Bane. He's got the Fiend's Grip though.
Homing missiles out, is chasing after DJ. Roger just needs to wait for the homing missile to connect. There's no way DJ can deny this, so his Spirit goes down a little bit too deep underneath the tier 1 tower to fight.
Yeah, it's way too close to tower. When they've got their level 6s now. You see Warlock level 6, they're ready to smoke, they're looking for a play, get that. Get Envy back in this, because Envy's not farming.
Get Envy back in this. He saw Solo running at him with level 6. He's just like, no, I'm out. I'm out. I'm back behind the tower. I'm in the trees. HY told me this was a safe place to be.
I mean, he has to. He absolutely has to do that.
They're going again on bottom lane. Yule Scepter is already here from Ramses. Split Earth into the Storm. The Warlock Rock is nice, however. Creates space for the Raw to be returned into Ramses. And Virtus.pro, were not ready for this Fnatic lineup to arrive in huge force.
Good movement with the supports. That's
first Spectral Haunt.
That's a lot committed though, and they're not gonna get an objective is my only concern. They killed the Lesh, which is great, but that's a Haunt, a Roar, and your Golem, and they didn't even tap the tower.
So they got a swing of 1,000 gold and 1,000 experience from it. That's what they get from it. That's for killing off the #1 hero on the map, not even VP, the map. Yeah. DJ may think about going towards solo, but Envy, he's -30 for his 58 damage. The Fiend's Grip is out, that's why DJ's here. Will instantly cancel it by rolling bouldering in, but nice shards, real nice shards. Solo and Ramsey have to walk around. DJ, the timing a little bit off there from Ramses for the split earth stun, but it won't matter. DJ's in the trees, lightning him down. Roger just kept the Spirit on his head.
That's another thing we didn't talk about too much, but the Spirit can be super useful always for vision in this game. Not only for those situations, but the flak in the later on. And yeah, Fnatic, 5K. The experience isn't that bad. Experience is 4K, but it's still quite early.
Yeah. But at least Fnatic are able to make plays in this game. Like, I feel like they have at least more to work with than they had in the last game. They've got heroes that can rotate off. They have big ultimates which are not just reliant on their cores. It's their supports with the Rock, with the Fatal Bonds that can come out from the Warlock. They have potentially late game options if Eternal Envy actually had more than 3K net worth.
I mean, I think the big concern is
maybe they can get there if there's a good fight for them.
The scare for me is when I'm talking about them using like...
they yules him into the stun. He just tried to dagger himself out of this one, but stomped, slept, and electrocuted. Meanwhile, mid lane, the rolling boulder comes forward, looking for a revenge onto no one. They'll flip him, but then Pasha arrives. They know they don't have the damage. Even if they force this, the GA can pop, Purification, 4 staffs up from Omni Knight. They can win, sustain it, and positioning.
Yeah. The repel right there, just... a bit too strong. They only have, they don't really have much to pierce through. It's just going to be Viper and Beastmaster once they can find that. But early on, it's going to be a little more difficult. And this is when I was saying like they used a lot of ultimates. It was great that they got the kill, right? But VP can that's when they can start getting aggressive and they can take towers. And I feel like Fnatic, if they can keep their towers alive for as long as possible, that's the best situation for them because they've got a Spectre. They need to be able to take it to lane.
Well, the Roar is out, looking for a kill onto bottom lane. DJ has the Walrus Punch available. Splitter is out, and Fnatic Delta Split. Gyrocopter could not get there in time. Pickoff's a good one, but then Solo. Nightmare. No one comes so quick with his phase boots and drums.
Abed's
they
here.
actually have, yes, to help with it in the form of Abed. So you can rolling boulder forward, and Abed keeps the control up. Solo. No way to escape from this anymore.
Good moves. DJ though, this time might get brought down the rock.
They're forced up into Purification. Did so much damage to DJ, but they did not find the killer. She said the Rock creates space, call down and GA, creating more space. The shards do not block in Pasha, but they're snowballing forward, over towards no one. They want this big kill, and they've claimed him. The Gyrocopter will fall. Eternal Envy, the Rocker shouldn't be enough to kill. Yep, in fact, they'll just pick it off anyway. But these are the back-to-back fights which are going to give net worth into Fnatic.
Yeah, great moves.
Envy claimed 200 net worth, but at least Viper got a lot more.
It's a good chunk of experience. That's the big thing, because they killed the core. Ramses had also TP top So he didn't have a TP to come in. I think if Ramses was able to TP, that fight could have been turned around, but not having the TP available.
Yeah, he wants to finish up the Bloodstone first. At least Fnatic are able to get some of these bounties.
Yeah, Pasha probably maybe slightly like regretting force staffing his gyrocopter into the fray now.
Hey, it made a lot of sense. They
did?
They just didn't have that last bit of like 200 points of damage to finish the job. Middle lane, Fnatic are looking to come and defend, but Roger's Spirit's already clipped 3 heroes. The mid-tier 1 tower is low.
And we'll see
Fatal
them do
Bonds will
this.
drag the creep wave off. Remember, this tower is really important to deny it. Make sure it's worth no gold. Don't deny it up to the catapult, as the dire structures will be fortified. Tuskar, Nightmare stunned, controlled. He's still up the hill, but the Fatal Bonds hold him together. Not what he wants to have happen, and yep, Tuskar will go down to Roger. And the mid tower was actually killed off, I believe, by the catapult.
Abed got a deny.
Did he? It was there?
Yeah, Abed denied.
The Dire killed the tower. Yeah, you're right. It's in the denial. Abed.
Abed gets spot. Oh my.
Well, it has
the
denial
damage.
into
All
a Fiend
5
script.
VP.
I don't even wait for it. They just Yule scepter him up and just keep rolling through.
And this, I was trying to say, like, this is what they're gonna do. Whenever they see when Chaotic Offering's down, go time. Their team fight is way stronger.
VP are on the run. Shards. That clap is real nice. When you get the Fatal Bonds and 2 targets together, Eternal Envy, double damage rune up the sleeve, looking to chase down further, but then Nightmare, they'll try and break him free. Quick stomp into this splitter. Is this where
snowball.
VP? Yep, snowball to save, and they're going into the creep wave, not into the heroes. Envy is still nowhere near fighting. He's still hoping he can get a Radiance after building Treads in Aquila.
They've stopped the momentum, though. That's probably one of the big things. It's only still at 5K. It's not like VP has commandingly just taken over. So
Yeah.
that is the one good thing.
Might be a little bit harder when you have like stacks like this being farmed up by both Roger as well as no one.
Yeah.
That was, I think it was tripping a bit for
Yeah,
for the Ancients.
I think Roger stacked most of that too, right?
Yep.
I see a couple little Elder Titan buffs on it. Yeah. He gives him a tip, so yeah, probably. Yeah.
Can't tip real game currency.
He kind of does in a way, though, when he kills it, right?
Yeah, it does. That tip will be equal to the amount of gold that he probably got from the camp being killed off.
They buffed it.
They did buff it?
They have buffed it.
That is true.
It's a little bit better now.
It's helping making supports real people. So 5K is the advantage for Virtus.pro. Most of that is in the Lotrak. Bloodstone is up. The Yule Scepter was just so quick from Ramsey. 17 minutes. And you're sitting there with Bloodstone as well as Yule Scepter looking for even more.
I love that he did this skill build. I know people have probably talked about it a couple times in cast and stuff, but he's leaving the level 1 ulti because of the mana efficiency. The damage to mana cost is just way too good. You want to max your other skills and get your talents.
Do you think that also changes up too because the other abilities are now less frowned upon? Like the fact that lightning is, well, was a little less useful before.
It's like maybe it's both. I guess now the abilities are better, but it's always just been the first level of Pulse Nova, amazing. 20 mana per second for 100 damage. That's just value.
As opposed to having to burn double that.
Double for 40 more.
Plus 40 damage.
Yeah. I mean, in this game, though, I think he might want to take it. They'll probably take level 2 early, like next because he has ET aura, so, but whatever.
The Radiant scan pinged, then UMV was in there before he threw the dagger. Solo's on the hunt. He can't break through trees, but that's why the Spirit's coming out. They'll get the vision on Envy into a Nightmare, stomp straight after. They have to, what, Fiend Script control? No, they just ET splitter, break the trees in the way to Eternal Envy. All he wanted was a little bit of extra money. He's now sitting at 2.5K, just wishing he had 3.8.
And that's the smart move to make, is you make the smoke, or the move to go kill the Spectre, because Fnatic on the other side, they were looking for their own smoke play with their Chaotic Offering up.
Yep, they're coming in towards mid. They just dropped the rock instantly after the Gyrocopter with a Fatal Bonds, as well as Viper Strike. They wanted that kill so desperately. Stomp into the sleep. Support is on the way from Virtus.pro. They had to walk off that top lane. Omni Knight, hard to get in, however. Abed locked him in, but it won't matter when Ramses. It's a two-man split earth. Pylai Die will drop. Another Nightmare control. VP, they just own this position. They own this map, and they're owning Abed underneath their own tier 1 tower. Universe is like, oh, screw this. I got a Shadow Blade to get involved in the fight down on bottom lane. I can't do jack now. I just push the tower.
They get the gyro, but at every single time, it costs them very heavily. They have to use the rock every time. And now again, VP have much faster cooldowns. So they can just go look to take fights with no rock up. They can just go hunt Envy.
Does it
Name of
really
the
make
game.
that much difference even if he does get his Radiance now? Because it looks like VP are just so far in front. Pasha can keep this team alive forever because he's got the mech flying out and the courier too.
I mean, it'll always make a pretty big difference. It's like, it's the item on Spectre to bring him back in the game. But
Yeah.
speaking of Envy,
Yep, cooldown's out, Spirit's still on top of him. Pull it back in and boom!
he's got to
Oh
get
my.
the Radiance first to make it
Yeah, he's, right now, at least he's not moving backwards in money.
yes.
He's now at 2.9k.
It's still tough,
Yeah.
for sure.
Rough as bristlebacks. Back. Need an extra word to make that make sense. Well, Fnatic, they're battering down the hatches in mid. The Observer Ward from VP behind that tier 2 tower just lets them see all. DJ, the Shadow Word, as well as one charge, he's got survivability. Even the fact the Snowball's there, he can just live through it all. Roger will actually TP out of this mid lane, so they no longer have his aura to help them with this push.
They should know there's a ward back there. They're pinging on the left side though, so they might actually miss the ward.
Universe. Roger, that's actually a nice split.
It actually-
Universe will just go invis. He's worried that Universe was just TPing out straight away.
Yeah, they get the tower denied because of it too.
No extra money for Fnatic.
Top 3 cores.
Yeah, they
for VP.
pinged the wrong position. They put the sentry ward on the northern
On the
side
northern
of the mid
side,
lane.
right? Yeah, hey, look, because that's the standard one. That's the one that most people place because you wrap around from the left side and you get it down. The other one's a little more awkward, the pathing that you have to take. But
Yeah, so Dire Sentry Ward wasted in the mid. It's
Two of
actually,
them.
yeah, it's between both of the Observer, both the Sentry Wards. Bottom lane, there's yours again, and
Gets
Ramses will deny himself.
and that's the haunt. They really wanted that kill for Envy.
Yeah.
That would have been the relic.
Hey, at least they're dropping down the Bloodstone charges. That's one thing. He's down to 11.
But he's back.
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
he respawned already.
He is back. And they're actually prepping stacks, so the rest of VP can farm that. The Ancients in Fnatic's jungle.
Oh,
Yeah,
if they steal this,
here comes Noah. It's like, wait, he didn't look around the corner far enough to actually notice the stack is there. They're focused on Roshan.
yeah, because he's got BKB now, so he can look at contested afterwards. They know there's no haunt, there's no vision aspect that Fnatic. You can use the Hawk, but Universe isn't playing bottom side mostly.
But Eternal Envy at least has 3.8k gold, so he can now buy the Relic. Courier is back at base, so he hasn't bought it yet.
The relic doesn't do anything. It's the Radiant.
It is the Radiant. Increase in damage is okay, but it isn't what you're looking for from this map.
Definitely not. And now it's, as you were mentioning, it's like the heals coming out from Posture. This is going to be a
Are they going to fight bottom lane? Ramses comes down. DJ and Universe, they didn't have Raw. It was 6 seconds off cooldown when Ramses completed his TP. Or else you knew they were going to go for that.
That's very unfortunate.
And
Got DJ with Blink Dagger now too, so he can look to go for those save plays and to get the initiations.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they're looking at Ramses. They don't want it. He just burned the shrine as well. And here's that what we were talking about, the ancient stack. They even stack it again, Virtus.pro.
they're looking in the area.
They know they can control this area. The courier is flying with the relic, so they see the relic underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. They've got no way to reach it, so the relic will be able to reach Eternal Envy. Things will not go from that bad to worse, but Aegis the Immortal shattered on the bottom. Universe DJ begin their TPs out. DJ taking forever to complete his, as we have a homing missile go all the way across the map.
Good play there though from Fnatic. They see the people top, and they instantly make the move on bottom.
Look
There's
at it go.
There's only a shrine available. There's a TP too. God, if they killed that relic on the courier.
Yeah, that would have been...
It's like,
It's just bad to worse. Solo,
Yeah.
he tried to nightmare our bed so they can get a little bit closer. Unable to connect, and this is actually giving more and more time. Like, space is being created.
Definitely
Even
is.
though the money is going the way of Virtus.pro, Fnatic are going to reach their items they're searching for, which is pressure on top, and it's the Radiance.
yeah. And they've been, you can see that they've kind of kept, I'll call it lanes static in a way, because Envy has pretty much stayed top the entire time. Universe has stayed bottom the entire time, and Abed has been playing mostly around mid and in the jungle. So they just want to be sure, keep those waves pushed out. Let Envy try to farm, let him try to get that Radiant so he can get to that late game that we need him to this game.
Well, they might be a little bit iffy about, well, even if you have the Radiance. Oh, actually, he did just deny the double damage room with the Hellbear Smasher. There was a DD in bot river, and no one was definitely making a play for it. The Hellbear got it.
He tipped him.
Yeah.
So I think so.
Yeah, he did.
He killed the Hellbear there, so maybe he'll tip him back.
Well, this is a good time for Fnatic,
And he
because
does.
that stack that VP prepared before, that Fnatic prepared, then VP stacked again, is
Oh, they
now
finished
actually
it.
being taken out by Fnatic. Envy wants all of this money, because this is his Radiance money.
Yeah, they used the Fatal Bonds to be able to clear it, and it's
There it is.
done. That's the Radiance.
That's Radiance cash. VP arrives, but it's all too late. Paladin's on the run. If he dies for this, it's well worth it. He just clipped right on the edge of the Storm Sleep, and this will allow no one to close the distance. And goodbye. But Radiance is done. Level 1 Necrobook also up now for Universe.
Still quite a climb for them. They've got the Radiance, like you said, they've got the book, but you just look at this net worth, look at this Leshrac. He's still absolutely tremendous.
They are singing, they're singing the song of the underdog right now for Fnatic. Like, Virtus.pro are in full control of this game. For Fnatic, they're looking for it. The Aegis, the Immortal, it's no longer an option. The timeout will be there, so Fnatic are willing for it. They bought back onto the wall. So Pylai Die has the rock available. Universe added pressure on bottom, which is now forced a TP out from Ramses, but the rest of VP already started moving back before this happened. No ability to get these pick-offs. And even if they do move forward, look at the Sentry Ward cover right up mid lane. These 3 sentries making sure that Fnatic, actually, I take it back, it's 4 sentries, drawing almost a straight line across that mid lane.
Both teams actually have been, I was going to talk about it before, both teams' warding has been really good this game, like deep. Whenever I watch VP, they're always going to have good ward. So I usually just don't talk about it too much because their vision is usually quite good in their games. But Fnatic, for me, one of the big concerns for them was actually vision in a lot of their previous tournaments. This game, this series, they've definitely had the wards in some really good positions from Pi this time around, but still, I mean, they're playing versus VP, so it's that uphill battle.
DJ's got a little bit of a hasted run down the bottom lane to potentially combo with Universe. Pasha and no one show themselves, and Universe instantly begins his TP. He knows there is nothing to be had here, especially when the Spirit scouted him out shortly after.
No one's not really that farmed on the Gyrocopter. A lot of the space is being taken because all 3 cores are farming on VP, so he's a little bit limited on his space to actually get it. He's going for the Aghanims build, but...
Yeah, most of that farm ended up on the Lesh, but
yeah,
like we talk about like the ability for Ramsey to stand in a fight. He's very, very close to completing a BKB.
Yeah.
So, and just the casual ultimate orb that's also just sitting...
It's probably going to be a Linken's, I would imagine, for the Beastmaster Roar.
But then just felt like he just had to switch into a BKB instead.
I think maybe maybe he thought that it just wasn't that good just to counter just a Roar, right? He probably wants BKB Shivas or something, and then he can decide this could be a Hex, this could be a Linken's. We'll see.
Group up, smoke up. They're running towards the middle lane. DJ is the only target presenting himself. Oh, wait, no, Paladai is there. But a lot of players from Fnatic already in the neighborhood. Spectral Haunt is up, and here's the jump forward into the Fiend's Grip Snowball. Very, very quick on the save. The dagger flies forward, and how's this fight going to pan out? With Warlock dying, DJ following it up, and the rest of Fnatic running away.
Beautifully timed stomp there by Roger. As soon as the snowball they come out of it, they get hit by that, and DJ tried to go for the save, which was nice, but into 5 heroes. Fnatic is not looking to take 5v5 engagements with Universe, just still split pushing bottom.
Notice how, that split push from Universe is always forcing at least one player from Virtus.pro to come back. Maybe the other reason too why Ramses wanted to spend that extra money onto the boots of travel so he can run back and then still be part of the push.
More crucial timings is, of course, like you said, the BKB for bottom lane though. They actually got the Roar.
They got the Roar. They didn't burn the Necrobooks with a push out. Spectral Haunt was committed, and Eternal Envy jumps back into his own base.
Oh my goodness, he died so fast.
Yeah. That's when you're like, hey, all that net worth, that's 17,000 net worth that just ends in death. He never even got the BKB off because the Roar, it's that story from game 1, right? Like, hey, I bought a BKB. Isn't this absolutely fantastic? But actually, no. Can't do it, can't use it. Now 8 Bloodstone charges onto that Leshrac.
Always the fear. Fear of Beastmaster. When you're, well, Beastmaster and Spectre, or Beastmaster and IO. These heroes that can just, you get the setup, you bring more heroes in, and then you can go for those pickoffs nice and easy.
Well, we come back in. Low delays. Low delays. Just a quick DEC and back into the game. Solo's running out. Pasha's TP is taking forever because he's trying to come down the bottom lane to help out. And Universe did overstay his welcome. Even if he started the run, Pasha's TP was to the shrine, so he would have cut him off at the pass. But this is still good for Fnatic. Like, they add the pressure up, they're buying more time for the Spectre to become a real hero and being able to second item, which is the Hood of Defiance.
Yep.
So looking for the extra sustain, maybe not so great for Arbed. Nightmare, DJ, he wants to, he's got Snowball available, but I think he understands he cannot help Arbed, so he just snowballs out quick enough so he can blink away to safety. The Viper is gone, however.
My God, the damage. The Leshrac has the level 20 talent on top of ET Aura.
He's just running in. It's just, who cares? He's got the Observable. He knows the Pylai and DJ are the only ones here. Snowball's already been used. Pylai and he can fatally bonds him. But there's no Spectral Haunt. There's no way for Envy to come back apart from just TPing, which he did do.
with the ET Spirit, it's like with that talent and the ET Spirit, it's hitting for an absurd amount, as we had kind of expected, but...
Yeah. Here comes No One with his Aghanims freshly done. BKB on both the Gyro as well as the Leshrac. So VP, all the life in the world, just to force down the mid. Still no Warlock, still no Viper. They want that melee racks, and there is no fortification to delay this up any further. So you can shard block M3, but VP are very happy to just stay here and enjoy Fnatic's hospitality.
Yeah.
There goes the melee racks, and out they go.
Smart, quick move. When there's no haunt, they know the team fight's also quite limited. It's like they need everything on Fnatic in order to really take those fights when they're at this disadvantage.
So great push. Fnatic just can't fight. They have sentries everywhere, but they didn't find the... Okay, now they found the Observer Ward the Virtus.pro had. The one that gave all the confidence in the world for Ramses just to run up high ground.
Like, I see Solo do this so often. It's like, right, the normal ward would have been lower, but he was like, I'm going to be a little tricky. I'm going to put it higher. Yep. Where we would put it if it was on the other rack, so... He always has those little sneaky spots in between the usual D-Wargs places.
Fnatic is smoked up. Roshan's going to spawn in 19 seconds from now, so it's...
This could be big. This could be huge for Fnatic here. They're smoked up. They've got everything available.
If they win the fight, sure. That's why the Shadow Blade goes out. Sentry was. There is nothing there from VP. But unfortunately for Fnatic, they ran the wrong way. They looked towards the top lane, but VP are all gathered around their Tier 1 tower in mid, and now, welcome to Roshan. He has spawned out. The ET Spirit will scout this. And they're looking for it. Envy wants to keep pushing in bottom lane, but they have no idea where VP is. He's hiding in the trees, but a fresh Blade Mail on Envy may cause some problems for the Leshrac in the next fight, especially when that Observer Ward Ramses, he came underneath it. They start their attack off. Arbed wants to continue out. Ramses, they repel him up. The Yule's into the stun, but there's your rock. Create some space for the Flak Cannon. It does its work. Pasha cannot protect them when he's dead. And they've managed to actually split up Virtus.pro here, Fnatic. They're finding the kills. Pushing back out through the top river. Arbed, pressured up by No One. BK beat, makes a beeline towards Eternal Envy. He wants the big one, and he claimed it. Envy down for 70 seconds. No buyback available. The stun onto Arbed will now break free. They got the Golem to go with it, not to mention the Tuskar Sigil. It's slowing everything down. Support has arrived. Universe, axe cutting the trees. They snowball forward, down towards No One. The Nightmare doesn't keep them away. It actually helps them because the shards, it blocks Solo as well. Virtus.pro will all be dead, and Fnatic just had the greatest fight they could have asked for.
It was the absolute perfect situation for fight. They catch both the Lesh as well as the Omni Knight with the initiation. The repel goes on to Ramses. He gets his BKB off, but with no Guardian Angel, with no like any of the auras that the Omni Knight provides, Fnatic's able to take that one.
You know, the only upside right now for Virtus.pro is the fact that they killed the spec, because it stops Fnatic from just going into Roshan and taking him. They looked at it, they know he's up, and they're just like, well, we can't do this. They need to have spec available for this. So what's Ramses up to? Six Bloodstone charges.
Yeah,
on Lash.
He's got his Lincolns now, but they're eyeing Pasha. They have to try to protect this man because they threw everything on him. Rock, Haunt, Roar.
They're actually looking to fight again. Spectral Horns off cooldown in 24 seconds, so Envy goes into the jungle to farm.
Okay.
But they've already smoked up. They want this kill.
They're trying to catch them off guard, especially when they have Gyro still dead.
Unless this is an extra warding mission. Add that pressure, like reapply the pressure on bottom lane to stop VP from thinking they can just take Roshan without some kind of collateral. And that's what's happening. Around Roshan, Tuskar throws the shards out. They know what's going on, but Universe can just stay on bottom lane. He's still pushing down the lane. He has a TP scroll to go back towards the shrine, which is nearby. Then damn, Roshan dies quickly. The Sigil out once more from DJ. Shards as well, block him off a little bit further. Universe still has not burned the Necro units, but he's attacking in. Fortification from Virtus.pro is actually going off, slowing down things. The Fatal Bond is out, snowball forward. They're all really connected, Virtus.pro. The damage is out, but then GA protection with the Flak Cannon. The damage is spilling across for Fnatic. Envy goes down so quickly. DJ joins him too. Bottom lane, Universe, he took the tier 3 tower. He couldn't get any more as Ramses did TP away to safety, but Roshan's alive. 2.2k on him. The Rockets fly forward, but Fnatic is already retreating. And if they need to, they can bring Envy back to life.
They've used their combo. There's no Rock, there's no Haunt now.
Rock's off cooldown right now.
Okay.
And Envy has buyback. There goes the Rock. No! They were already out of Roshan. They weren't looking to fight. Roger, he actually jumped a little bit too close towards Fnatic, but they cannot keep the control factors up, so they're just dealing with the Golem. and able to do so. So Golem on the sidelines, Ramses returns towards the pit, and they're not going to burn the buyback on the spec, are they? Roshan's already gone, Aegis is out, Cheese as well. Aegis into the hands of the gyrocopter.
Oh, the Golem, I mean, they throw the Golem, but he just gets killed.
Yep. The only way that would have really worked is if VP were properly committing for Roshan, which they didn't.
Yeah. And it's this fight right there. If they maybe if they kill Pasha right at the start there, we could see a totally different situation, but he's able to get his pipe off, gets his Greaves off, gets the Guardian Angel, and they're able to reclaim that advantage. Fnatic gets their 2-3 bottom, but VP was quick to respond.
But it does show that Fnatic has like less sustain on the spec. Like he bought a Blade Melt, but he still evaporates.
Yeah, and that's weird. I mean, we talked about the ET aura, right?
Yeah.
If he's in the midst of everything, that's going to be devastating, and Roger's just building to kind of like run in there too. He's getting the Spirit Vessel next, he's even got the Cheese too, so the longer he can survive, it just makes his whole team do that much more damage.
Yeah. And VP tried to counter it. Like DJ bought a full pipe for his team. And
I think they need it versus Leshrac. It's just crazy how much damage that hero does.
And Abed's getting more and more space too, so like Envy is having to be the frontline tank. Maybe he thought the Blade Melt was going to dissuade them from attacking into him.
But they've got BKBs.
And they got
so
BKBs.
they just BKB and hit him anyway, right?
Yeah.
If he can get it off after the BKBs, yeah, sure. But he's not that tanky. He now thankfully has that really big talent on the Spectre, as we just saw, the 500 health.
She played pass the Cheese. It went to no one, then it went to Pasha.
So they're all just switching around. All right, so they're deciding who's the biggest priority, and they're like, okay, Pasha, after we saw what just happened, and what happened in top when you died. Yeah.
If we keep Omni up, we out-sustain Fnatic. And that's even with Fatal Bonds. Like, Warlock's been getting the Fatal Bonds off quite nicely at the start of every single fight.
Yeah.
The only problem is they don't have the rock control to hold them there longer as well. Yeah, Envy up in towards the air, turns on the Blade Mail. Ramsey, that's a lot of damage into himself. And there's the Fatal Bonds doing its work. The Shards won't lock him in, but there's your Raw onto Pasha. On the side, they're focusing him, but the Nightmare, he'll buy time. He'll get the Cheese off, and then the huge stun from Ramsey, combining with the ET Splitter. Everybody gets slapped down from Fnatic. Envy will die, Abed will join him, and DJ is wondering what the hell happened. I had a team, but now I have nothing.
Wow, that hit 4 people, I think, right? The Splitter?
Yep, they caught him on the back end too.
And look at that gyro damage. 6,100 for gyro, 2,600 for our Elder Titan.
They're buying back, but Chaotic Offering comes off cooldown in 6 seconds time. NB can buy back into Horn, so they have a chance for a fight, but without the Viper, they may not have the damage they require. DJ's looking for a target. Universe can't hold them there. No Raw, no Necro, so rock down Fatal Bonds. They start with the Walrus Punch. No one is losing life quickly, but remember, you've got a secondary one through the Aegis Immortal, so he's happy to die.
Envy just dies in the midst of it all.
Wait, yeah, I never even realized he fought back. He died so quickly. He haunted in and then just got flat cannoned and just destroyed. DJ will fall too. That's really the game with a dieback on Eternal Envy. Virtus.pro, they own this. They own you. They own Fnatic.
I mean, this is definitely... Look at no one.
He's just going in. It's over. It's over. Put the white flag upon the door. He'll die underneath the fountain. He actually doesn't even kill Universe. So, hey, that's worth some decent cash for everybody.
They're all gonna... Everyone's gonna tip no one for that one. That was a bit... that was we'll call it overzealous. By no one there. But Envy bought back, haunted in, and then he's on top of Elder Titan, so it just dies.
They want to try and punish Virtus.pro right now. Unfortunately, without the Taskar control, it will be difficult. Without the Beastmaster Raw, also difficult. If they can slow somebody down, level 3 Necro books are available. Ramses, he just runs in. He's got that plus 25 Edict Explosion. He wants to put it all into Abed. The BKB is protected for now. Universe needs some distance. He's got it, but he's got no units anymore. Ramses just destroys them all.
My
and
God.
this really... It has to be the game. Abed is the last survivor. Tuskar will survive. Will respawn in just a second, but Abed has nowhere to run. Triple kill for Ramses. Everyone's pushing up the daisies for a while. Buybacks come in from Virtus.pro, and they are ending this game, ending this series, and securing them a position to fight out for the top 4. That round robin matchup, the winners round robin match.
That was, I mean, sometimes Fnatic had some. You know, some signs that they could try to come back in this one, but overall VP's game plan, keep the Omni alive. He survives that beautiful sleep there, like you mentioned, from the Bane, keeps him alive so he gets the cheese off, and then Ramses is able to do what Leshrac does when you have that much farm. Casual, you know, 5,000 damage in the midst of like a 10-second fight. Just absolutely ridiculous by this team. They look so confident.
It's so crazy as well that VP, like, you start the laning phase, everything just feels so secure. So where do you find a weak spot in these guys? Because they ran at you as well. They knew they were ahead. they will always push that advantage. They don't just hold back and say, you know, let's just kick up some resources.
Just seems like you have to have more type of playmakers in the early game, in my opinion, to be able to make the rotations and punish VP. In this game, it's just like, all right, we'll stay static in our lanes. DJ, this is all on you.
Yeah, well, DJ, the back wasn't strong enough. Looks like some of the panel was correct. Hello, Red. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, we are back. We're ready to break down that second game. Another good performance by Virtus.pro. Plenty of tipping in that one. In fact, I feel like there's some sort of need for some stats around tipping in games now. Maybe Knoxville can work on that one, or maybe Nahaz can, because he's back with us at the panel alongside Blitz to break that one down. And, you know, what do you say? I mean, it's just Virtus.pro things.
Again, when you look at no one in the previous game won his quap. Ramsey's in this game on his left track, 18, 4, and 12, over 30k hero damage, 10k clear of any other hero in the game. VP are putting their best players in position to win them the game.
Yep.
Fnatic didn't.
And, well, I have to say this. All the cards seem to be falling quite nicely for Virtus.pro right now. Not only are they playing well, obviously, and having some fun in here, but the other teams that they might have been threatened by are all seemingly falling by the wayside.
Such as?
Well, EG are gone.
Were they really afraid of EG in current form?
I don't know necessarily they were afraid of EG, but EG had something to play for here. Virtus.pro didn't. Like, EG have DPC points to play for, and they've gone home before 4:30 in the afternoon of the first day.
But VP hasn't had anything to play for quite some time.
Sure, Liquid now take on VG in the lower bracket in the other group, in Group B, so one of them are gone.
I think for a lot of these teams now it's just about pride.
Okay.
I think VP, it's nice for them to be able to just like take this tournament and say like, we're clowning, we're messing around, we're tipping, we're all chatting.
But we're still winning!
We're still winning.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people had a problem with that.
Sure.
Beat them then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw it back in their face.
That's a fair point. I understand that some people will be offended by this because they will feel like they're not treating the other teams with respect, but I don't think there's any disrespect meant.
No, I think they're just having a good time.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, if it does bother you, the best thing about competition is you have equal opportunity to throw it in their face.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Alan. We saw at the end there, no one just decides that gyrocopter just needs to be killed by the fountain or something. I don't know what he was doing in there, but the entire team tipped him. Like the guy got
exactly.
2 battle pass levels out of that.
You look, and at the end of the day, I think what Will said in the previous segment is really important. It is a game. It's supposed to be entertaining. We're supposed to be having fun. So
I'm having fun.
I do not have a problem. Obviously, you don't want to see it game after game after game after game, but I do not have a problem with what VP are doing here at all. They're the kind of team that when they're better than you, they're going to make you look really bad.
Absolutely. From Fnatic's point of view, Will, I guess they just shrug this off and just focus on trying to do as well as they can in the rest of the tournament.
I mean, they still have to play a best of 3 to stay into it. I think this is a game that could easily tilt you, just the circumstance, the mass tip, all chatting. But I think they also took it in good stride. You saw that Abed was also tipping in that game. They were still all chatting. I think when they won that one team fight up at top, they were also all chatting back. Just like, I think both teams kind of realized, like, yeah, it's a healthy amount of competition. It's okay.
All right, we're going to get some final thoughts from you both in just a moment. But first, let's hear from one of the men on Virtus.pro's team who's with Sir Action Slacks.
Hey, thanks a lot, Red Eye. I am here with the one, the only, no one. Great games today, man. You guys really came out strong. You did very well. How you guys feeling for this tournament so far?
We're pretty confident, but we don't know what we can wait from our opponents always. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's been some surprising stuff happening, especially like EG. Tell me about kind of already knowing that you're going to TI. A lot of people are wondering about this team and saying, like, you know, are you guys giving it your all still? Are you just kind of coasting? How do you guys feel? You feel like you're bringing your A game to this tournament?
We'll just play and let's see what happens. Just play and have some fun.
All right, playing and having fun. Well, it seems like you're having a lot of fun, and especially in your Series 1 up against old VP. Any rivalries there or anything, or just a normal game of Dota for you guys?
Just a normal game for us.
All right. Oh, well.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. Okay. I saw interesting things in your last series. A lot of tipping going on, a lot of helping out. You want to talk about that a little bit? That was a generous thing, right?
It just gives some fun in the game. Like it's annoying for the peoples and for our opponents. I'm sure that's pretty annoying, but we just having some fun. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. That's mental warfare, right? I mean, VP will do anything to win, and it seems to be working out pretty well for you, right?
Yeah, I hope our opponents will not do the same for us.
All right, well, we're going to see a lot more from you guys later. It should continue to be a great performance. And Red Eye, what are you thinking about that game with VP?
Yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, no, I enjoy the tipping. I mean, you know, that's fine. He's helping out the community in many ways, right? Envy's now gained at least 3 Battle Pass levels out of that, so that's good, right? He's got something positive out of the game, and frankly, he needed to take something out of the game because he got nothing else out of it, did he? So, what do you think about this tipping stuff? And he even admitted he hopes the other teams don't start doing it. Well, they did in that game. I don't know if he saw it, but the 4 of them tipped him at the end.
Look, I was around for a lot of different esports, and I'm Korean, so I know like about the whole StarCraft thing. Where it was like they wanted to stifle any of that. I think it adds flavor to the game. Now the people
But
that
spies.
it's like no, but some people will find that really entertaining, like
Sure.
myself, and it'll make me root for VP even more. And some people will really hate it, but you won't feel just like ambivalent about it. You're just like, eh. At least now you care about VP because you want them to either win so they continue stuff like that, or you
get
want them to
beat.
lose. Exactly.
Exactly.
There's no middle ground for stuff like that. I think
You're right.
this game is about entertainment. It is entertaining.
Okay, I like that. We're going to move on. It is almost time for our next series. Of course, we're moving into Group B next up, and we've got the boys from Brazil in action as they go head-to-head with the surprise first round winner, of course, OG. Still in the hunt there or thereabouts for some DPC points as they try and make their way back to the International. That game is coming up next.
They were looking for their own smoke play with